guys, I'm Jamie New, the founder of Smartest You, and in this video I'm all about managing expectations. So you're going to get a little bit of a reality check on what it's like to start an artist management company with the 4 things you need to come to terms with before even starting, and maybe if you should consider working at a management company first. Plus, we've got some free downloads, including a startup kit in the description below, which you'll want to download after you're done watching. So expectation number 1 is that you have to be patient. Every single person I know with a successful company didn't just start it up with tons of clients making tons of money right away. Whereas maybe in other industries, with artist management, you can't just register a business name, get a website, start advertising your services, sign a client, and boom, you've got a salary. You don't have an artist management company without artists, and finding artists to manage is a lot like finding someone to date. Plus, starting a company and growing an artist's career takes a long time to gain traction that will actually pay the bills. So most managers keep their full or part-time jobs until their roster is making enough money that they can quit. And depending on your artist's success, this could happen quickly or it may never happen. It all depends on what's going on with your artist and if they're making enough money. As their manager, this lies heavily on you. If you have or you find the right connections, or if your artist is talented enough, you could be a full-time artist manager before you know it. Or, like I said, you might not ever become a full-time manager. For example, one of the most successful management companies that I know personally took 8 years for them to quit their side jobs and their day jobs, and now they have one of the most successful companies I know. But another guy I know quit his full-time job to start a company with 5 bands at the same time. A year later, he made no money. 2 of the artists fired him, and 1 year after that, the rest of his roster fired him, and he left the industry. So that brings me to my next point. Expectation number 2 is always have a backup basket and carton of eggs. Sure, put all your eggs in one basket, but what if that basket breaks? You need to make sure you've got another basket full of eggs waiting for you, because relationships break, artist managers lose artists, managers quit, artists fire their managers, and relationships and partnerships break all the time. If you're only managing one artist, you especially need to make sure you have other sources of income coming in. And you also need to make sure you have an ironclad agreement in place that will ensure you still get paid even if the relationship breaks. If you're quitting your day job to manage 3 acts you just signed at the same time, make sure you know exactly how much money they make, how much money you'll make, and exactly when they're going to be paying you. Or have money waiting on reserve in case they don't ever pay you. Otherwise, you ain't eating no eggs. Okay, expectation number 3. As I mentioned, finding artists to manage is a lot like finding a spouse or a partner to date. It takes a long time. Being a manager is a lot like being in a marriage. It's one of the closest relationships you'll have next to your family members, and because of that, these relationships take a long time to build. Sure, there are some cases where an artist signs a manager they barely know, or vice versa, and I've done it before, and there are cases where people get married after 3 months of knowing each other. But the reality is, it's a relationship built on trust and loyalty, and that generally takes a long time to build. So be patient in this arena. Expectation number 4 is that a company runs on money, so you have to be highly aware about where the money comes from. Yes, we work in an industry that prides itself on working for the love of it and not for money, especially artists. But the reality is that you don't have a company or a business without money. And this is a business, and the artist is a business. So the sooner the artist and the manager both recognize that, the easier growing your business will be. So to start, it's always recommended that you draft a business plan, even if you're not really sure how to draft one or don't know very much about the industry just yet. It's still a good idea to at least try to work through one, so that you get a better idea of where the money is going to be coming from. We give you a free one in a free music business plan template, which I've linked below in this video. So make sure you download that. There are various scenarios to work with, but typically managers earn 15 to 20% of gross revenue, which means your management company will likely be running off of strictly commissions. We'll get into all that in another video, but so consider this. Is the artist you're managing making enough money for you to earn enough commission to live? Let's say right now you make $40,000 per year at your day job, or whatever you do to pay your bills. So if you want to quit your day job and make that same amount of money, and you're on a 20% commission rate, which is the best possible scenario, your artist needs to be making over 200,000 per year, or you need to manage 2 artists that make 100,000 per year, and so on. So, for example, let's say you're managing one artist and they have a really good year, they make 400,000 in 1 year, and then they decide to go off the radar and not do anything for 2 years. You probably made a comfortable 80,000 the first year, but then you're scraping by on nothing, maybe trickling in royalties for the coming years after that until that artist decides to do something. So this is why you need to have other sources of income. Perhaps keep some paid contracts, keep your full-time job or your part-time job, work with multiple artists at the same time, or get a job at someone else's artist management company. If you're new to this and you do have an opportunity to get hired at a management company, especially one that's already proven with a lot of success, I would highly consider taking advantage of that. There are a few ways that you could go about it. Firstly, you could be hired on an associate manager or a day-to-day manager, as we call it, on a salary. And there's a strong chance that salary is going to be pretty low in comparison to other industries. So you might, over time, want to prove your value and then ask for a commission or a bonus structure. Or in another scenario, you may be asked to join the management team and bring on your own roster. In that case, the commission rate would be less. But however, you are working for a company that likely already has a good track record, and therefore the amount of money coming in the first place would be higher. So maybe your 20% goes down to 10%, but hopefully the amount of money that's coming in is more. It's all about what opportunities come to your door and what doors you bang down opportunities for. So if you still want to start an artist management company, make sure you check out the rest of our videos, sign up for our email list to get your free artist management startup kit, which is linked in the description of this video. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, and let us know what else you'd like to know. Share it with your fellow music industry friends, and thanks for watching.